Hi. Sounds like my voice is not woken up yet. It is 5:11 while I'm recording this. So, good morning from where I'm at to good morning or good afternoon or good evening to wherever and whenever you are at. I hope you are well. Today, I wanted to talk about how I went from someone who learned how to avoid seeing themselves in the mirror whenever they were near one to someone who can talk into a camera and post it onto YouTube. Because I think even from the inside, it's a pretty incredible transformation. So let's get into it. I've talked about my acne before and my insecurities around that. I also didn't want to pick my face apart while I wanted to focus on my work. I wanted to focus on my clients. So I just got really good at averting my eyes from myself in the mirror. Like I would find something else to look at in the reflection if I was facing a mirror, even while brushing my teeth. And it just became second nature after 12 years of facing a mirror, like pretty much most of my days, for my work. I got really good at it. And then I was watching, I think, an interview with Mia Magic, and she was talking about eye gazing, like looking into your own eyes in the mirror as a practice. And so I tried it just out of curiosity, and I realized I hadn't seen myself in a really long, not really seen myself. I had, looked at myself in the mirror to put makeup on when I was still wearing makeup, but only a little bit of my face at a time, really. And then I would look at the whole face as a finished product when I was done briefly, just to make sure that it all looked good. But that was about my only interaction with my own face every day. And then when I quit wearing makeup, even that went away. Then I just didn't really look at myself at all. And I do think that had value. I'll say that. I think having that period of time where I didn't think about what I looked like at all really was good for me. So maybe doing that for a while is good. But then I think coming back to myself and doing the eye gazing and even doing some mirror work where I talk to myself in the mirror really started to change the way I perceive myself. I even have quite a few moments lately where I think I'm cute and I really like my smile, and I don't pick myself apart anymore, and it's pretty incredible. And it wasn't only the mirror gazing. This has been a lifelong journey for me. I'm 47 now, and I know that I was shy when I was really little kid, but I don't think it was because of what I look like until I hit puberty when I was 11, and I got that huge zit on my nose, and my nose, I feel like my nose kind of grew at that point too. I'm not positive about that, but I have a picture of myself when I'm 4, and I have a really cute nose. And then at some point it became the schnoz it is today, which I have made my peace with. I won't say I love it, but I don't hate it either. It's interesting, right? And I don't think it's terrible to have an interesting face. I remember when I was a teenager, I really wanted a nose job, like desperately wanted a nose job. And I remember my mom telling me that a lot of people that got nose jobs regret it because people no longer remember who they are. And I don't know where she got that, and I don't know how true it is, but I can see it being true. Like, it seems like something that could be true. Like, yeah, if I took my schnoz away, I'd just be really generic, wouldn't I? So before I start my other braid, I want to show you some books that have been life-changing on this journey for me. This one, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. This was, I think, the first self-help book I ever had. My dad gave it to me. Not this copy. I don't know what happened to my original copy. I lost it in one of my moves or something, so I had to replace it. But my dad got it for me after I had my first panic attack. Like, it was an earth-shattering panic attack. I've been studying for my art history exam in college. And it was late and I was tired, and I'd been studying for the exam at a coffee shop with my roommate and friend at the time. And I think I realized that I just didn't know the material, and it was like my final exam. And that class had been so hard for me. It was after my lunch break, and the teacher always turned the lights off and showed us slides and just droned on about the slides with a really thick accent. And I fell asleep in that class every single day. I could not. I love art, but I could not. I could not stay awake during that class. And so I just didn't know the material. And when I realized that, and I realized I was probably going to fail the final exam, I started hyperventilating, and these weird, like, keening, mewling sounds were coming out of my throat, and I could not stop them. And my friend was driving us home from the cafe, and she was like, "What is going on with you?" And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, "Call your parents." It was really late at night or really early in the morning, somewhere in between there. And but I did. And I had a cell phone. It must have been like my first cell phone. So even the fact that I did that, because that, like, you paid for every call back then. I must have been desperate. I was desperate. I was terrified. I didn't know what was happening to my body. So I called my parents and woke them up and talked to them each and told them how afraid I was of failing this test and stuff. And they were like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," which I didn't go to my final exam. I never did. I didn't make it up. I have an incomplete in that class to this day. And it has not harmed me. It has not harmed me. So I think that was an important lesson in kind of recognizing. And here's the thing, I did know before that like, school was kind of a farce, in my opinion. It forced us to learn all this stuff that we don't actually really want to learn or need to learn in order to be good humans, or in order to do things that we enjoy for work. I chose not to go to university because they required, like, all these prerequisites that, like, had nothing to do with anything I was interested in. And it just pissed me off. But I also felt like I had to have some education in order to get by in this world. I didn't want to work in food service for the rest of my life. And no shade to anyone who does, but I didn't enjoy it, and it doesn't pay well enough. I mean, maybe if you get up to a certain tier it does, but that is not my personality. I mean, look at what I'm wearing. I'm not into the high end, like Michelin rated restaurants and stuff. Like, that is not me. So I wanted a job that I wanted to be able to earn, and I wanted it in like a creative career. Anyway, I have gotten so off topic. Look at me go. I have just like taken a left and just didn't look back. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah. Panic attack. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. I can't recommend that book enough. It is life-changing. And I think it planted the seed of where I got my my sort of optimistic, nihilistic view of the universe that I tap into whenever I'm getting stressed out again. Because he has a concept in here called 100 Years, All New People. And basically, it's like, no matter what you do or don't do, in just 100 years, there will be no one alive that remembers you. And I mean, it's all going to be a wash. Like, nothing you do is really that important. And that, for a while for me, was kind of devastating. But it's also so freeing. If you can get into the freeing mindset, where it means that everything is just a grand experiment and you get to play with it and try things out, and if it doesn't work out, so fucking what? That is the sweet spot, I promise. And then my braids are done, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up soon. But Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, another excellent book. She's really funny too, and if you haven't heard of her or heard her, look up her TED Talk, and I think you'll know immediately if you vibe with her. If you do vibe with her, her books are great. And then Self-Compassion by Kristin Neff. This is also super critical book for my own journey and being kind to myself and compassionate with myself. And she's done a bunch of interviews on podcasts. I know she was on 10% Happier with Dan Harris, and she's been on a few others. So if you're interested in Kristin Neff, I recommend looking her up as well. So anyway, yeah, reading a bunch of books that help me like really be kind to myself and be honest with myself, as well as journaling and eye gazing. And then honestly, just deciding to try recording myself with no pressure to post it. That all has led me here. And I'm pretty astonished with how quickly I've not only become comfortable with it, but look forward to it. And I honestly can't recommend it enough either. Like, if you have any little niggly, tiny little feelings that this might be something that you enjoy doing, try it. Try it. Again, you don't have to post it. Like, I had just decided to record a video every day and get used to it. Just to get used to using my voice, to get used to the words flowing out of my mouth. And after, I think, 3 days of recording, I was like, I think I'm going to post these. And it, like, for some reason, after like getting over the initial fear and then watching them back, I'm like, you know what? They're not perfect. They're not perfect at all, but they're not horrible either. And somehow I think there's value in them. And even if no one else, even if 0 people find value in these, the fact that I do is enough and makes it worth doing, I think. So I'm thinking I'll leave it there. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or night. And may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease until I see you next time. Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye.